Hello children, welcome to the YouTube channel of Wilkin National School, Vasai East. This is Mrs. Mamata Biju, your subject teacher of SST. Today I will be teaching for Standard 8th Geography, Chapter number 9, Map Scale. This is the figure 9.1, a painter taking an estimate of a scene. Now he is the painter, he wants to make that full area in his portrait, this portrait. So he is taking the estimate measurement, how it will come in one portrait picture. Students looking at the map. These are the students looking at the map. After studying the picture, have a discussion in the class and answer the following questions. Why is the painter holding the pencil in his hand in a particular way? Then how can the scene of this large landscape be depicted on the paper? How is it possible to view all the countries of the world on one map? Then what is the common to both these pictures? Now in the geographical they have said, the painter first take an estimate scale of the scene in front of him with a pencil. Now what he is doing, he is taking the estimate measurement for a particular scene so that he can draw the full scene in one portrait without missing anything. Now after that he draws a sketch on the paper. As I have showed you, he has drawn the sketch on the paper. A painter does this so that the picture is drawn on scale. In the preparation of maps, the picture is first surveyed. At that time, after special observation, a scale is fixed. Using this scale, an outline map of the whole earth or a part of it is prepared. Now what they are saying, whenever the map preparation is done, first the picture is being taken into consider. It is been first surveyed. Then a special observation is made from a scale. Then using that scale, then they draw an outline map of the whole earth or a part of its earth. Try this. In order to measure the height of the students, make markings on the wall from the ground up to the height of 180 cm with the help of a ruler. Measure the height of each student and note it down. With the same wall as a backdrop, take a photograph of a student in the group of 5. Now these are the students, measurement of students of height. As they are standing, so on top of that you can do the measurement. You can just do it from the pencil mark and then take the measurement. Okay, take the print of the photograph with the help of the ruler. Measure the height of your friend from the photograph. Then you can complete this table. Okay, then from the above table you must have realized the difference between the actual height and the height in the photograph. You must have realized that in the photograph everyone's height has decreased in the same proportion. The same principle is applicable in the scale of a map. Now when these 4 students are standing, first you will mark on top of their head, then you will take the measurement. Then after that, second step, what you will do, you will take the photograph same way of this picture. Then you will compare from that measurement and the photograph measurement. So both will be different, but the principles are the same we have used. Geographical explanation. We obtain information about the earth or some specific part of it from a globe or a map. While preparing a map, in order to get the actual ground distance onto a paper, some conversions have to be made using geometry and Mathematics. The use of map scale is useful for this conversion. Let us get acquainted with this aspect of map. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that from the globe or map we get information about the earth and the places. Now when preparing a map, to get the actual ground distance on paper, we first have to made using geometry and mathematics, and then the map scale is useful for the conversion. Geographical explanation. In a map scale, it is essential to correlate the distance between 2 points on a map and the actual distance between these 2 points on the ground. The ratio of the map distance to the ground distance is map scale. To draw a map through to scale, it is essential to know the ground distance. These distances are measured during surveying. While preparing a map based on the distance, a suitable ratio is selected. After the preparation of the map, it is necessary to mention the map scale. This facilitates map reading and helps in understanding the distance on the ground. There are 3 ways of expressing the scale on a map. Verbal scale, numerical scale, linear scale, graphical scale. Now in figure 9.5, a map is given. All the above methods of map scale are shown on the map. Carefully note the different ways of writing the scale. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that in map scale it is compulsory to have correlate the distance between 2 points on a map and the actual distance between these 2 points. Now on the ground, so the ratio of the map distance to the ground distance is a map scale. Now when we draw map through scale, it is necessary to know the ground distance. So these are the measured during surveying. Now to prepare it, a suitable ratio is selected. Then after preparation of map, it has to mention the map scale which gives the map reading and helps in understanding the distance on the ground. And there are 3 ways of expressing the scale on the map. The first one is verbal scale, second is numerical scale, third is linear scale. Now let's read what are verbal scale, numerical scale and linear scale. Now verbal scale. A verbal scale is one in which distance are expressed with the use of words indicating measurement. Example, if a scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 60 kilometer, then centimeter is the unit of the distance on the map and kilometer the unit of the distance on the ground. Now verbal scale is how it is expressed. It is expressed with the distance and the use of words indicating measurement. Like example, if the scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 60 kilometer, then the centimeter will be what? Distance, unit of distance, and the kilometer will be the unit of distance on the ground. Numerical scale. The scale is expressed as a ratio. Example, this scale is expressed as a ratio. Example, 1:60. That 1 represent is what? Distance on the map, and 60 is representing the distance on the ground. So this is 60 times the map distance. So it is known as representative fraction. Now in this scale only numbers are used. This scale is also written as 1:60. So in this method there are no words using indicating measurement. The same units used for the figure on the left hand side is also used for the figure on the right hand side. Now in numerical scale there are only the numbers, not the words. But in the verbal scale there were words and the numbers too. Now let's go for the linear scale. This scale is shown graphically on the map. The distance between any 2 points on a map is measured with the help of linear graphical scale. If a ruler is not available, then the compass, a blade of the grass, or for curves, a thread can be used for measuring the actual distance between places on the map. You will understand this with the help of next exercise. Now in the linear scale, this is normally used graphically on the map. It is expressed like when the distance between any two points on the map is measured with the help of linear. So it can be used as a ruler, or it can be used as a compass also. So the blade of the grass or the curves, a thread can be used for the measuring the actual distance between the places on a map. Then the importance of the graphical scale. Very often it is necessary to reduce or enlarge the original map. During that process, the scale of the map changes. There are many methods of reducing or enlarging maps. One of them is by taking a photocopy of the original map and reducing or enlarging it. When the map is reduced or enlarged by this method, the verbal and the numerical scale on the original map does not change. But if a graphical scale is drawn on the original map, then the scale changes as per the changing size of the map. Although the font size of the verbal and numerical scale changes, the value does not change. Hence, graphical scale are drawn in atlas and wall map. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that very few times in original map it is necessary to reduce or enlarge. So in this process the scale of the map changes. There are many methods of reducing or enlarging map. One can be taken a photocopy of the original map and reduce or enlarge it, and with this method verbal and numerical scale on the original map does not change, but in the graphical scale when drawn on original map the scale changes as per the changing size of the map. So these scales are drawn on atlas and wall maps. In figure 9.6, some locations within the premises of the university are given. The distance between the statue and the entrance gate is 0.5 km. Measure this distance and determine the scale. Now these are the locations they have given. The entrance gate, the distance between the statue and the entrance gate is 0.5 km. So you have to measure by using verbal, numerical and linear. This is the University of premises. Write the verbal scale, numerical scale and graphical scale in the vacant box in the sketch. On the basis of the road shown between the two locations, calculate the actual distance between two locations on the basis of figure 9.6. Large scale and small scale maps. When a small area on the ground is shown covering a large area on the map, it is a large scale map. Map of a city, village, agricultural field, etc. are all examples of the large scale maps. Generally, maps with a scale of less than 1:10 are known as large scale maps. In mathematics, when we compare two fractions, then the fraction with the smaller number we compare two fractions, then the fraction with the smaller number in the denomination has a higher value. Map scale are not in fractions but they are ratios. The same principle of the fraction is used while comparing ratio. Hence, a numerical scale of 1:10 is called a large scale, and a numerical scale of 1:50 a small scale. When a part of a ground cover a small area on the map, they are small scale maps. That means when a small scale is used to show the information about the large part of the earth, these are the small scale maps. Map is an atlas, and the world maps are the example of small scale maps. Most of the maps in an atlas are example of small scale maps. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that large scale maps like maps of the city, villages, then agricultural field, etc., they are the example of large scale maps, and maps with a scale of less than 1:10 are known as large scale maps, small scale maps. And when we compare in maths that two fraction and then the fraction with the smaller number in the denomination has a higher value. So the map scale are in the ratio, and the same principal fraction are used while comparing ratio. So numerical scale of 1:10 is called a large scale, and numerical scale of 1:50 is a small scale. So small scale are used to show the information about the large part of the earth. Okay. So students, we have completed this chapter. Hope you all have understood this chapter. Bye students, take care and have a nice day.